This is the flute part. For 4 measures, the flute plays this lovely little figure, and then it's taken over by the English horn for the next 4 measures. Meanwhile, underneath that, the cello is plucking F sharps, followed by plucked violins and bass, and so together that sort of thing happens. Down below we have clarinet and harp and plucked violin doing such things as followed by muted horns and celeste and plucked violin some more. And below that we have such things as bassoons and plucked violas, followed by celli. So all together, you will hear both in the orchestra and in the piano part a variety of those things happening at the same time. I'm not going to try to attempt all 4 of those lines because they're beautifully written in the piano parts instead. But lots and lots of things are going on that are layering beautiful colors in the orchestral version.
So this movement, The Beauty and the Beast, just so that you know, I'm the beast and she's the beauty. So this is a really magical moment in this movement because you hear sort of some rumbling and arguing and things happening, and then suddenly a beautiful glissando, and this is the moment when the beast becomes human. So for me, this last movement is has the absolute most magical moment in this entire work, because Ravel does something that is totally unexpected and sort of goes against what we've been trained as musicians all the time to think that the peak of something or the climax is at the loudest point, and he does the exact opposite in this movement and creates this moment of pure magic when he puts the climax at what is actually the softest part of the piece.
it's fascinating considering how Ravel decides what his orchestral choices will be. We all know that exposure to pictures at an exhibition by Mussorgsky, for example, comes for many of us through Ravel's enchanting orchestration. So we know that he's able to depict musical events and aid our interpretation through his colors and things of that sort. But this is a particularly interesting situation in that when Ravel orchestrates himself, not only does he choose different colors from the orchestra to depict what the pianists had previously depicted, but in the case of this last movement, he also takes that ravishing retard and displaces it by a measure. So he chooses to add a different interpretation, a different way of waiting for that experience so that we have it in a different fashion. It works differently, it works equally persuasively, but it's just fascinating to get inside the creative process of the composer and find that he considered the same thing from a different set of ears, a different tonal palette, and achieved an equally ravishing result.